Well, there's nothing like a nice warm fire on a January day to get you warmed up, and it's that kind of a fire that you may need. If you're out driving around on the back 40 in the tractor checking on the livestock, what if something happens? That cell phone's not working, you don't have an ability to build that with a lighter, what are you going to do? And I want to introduce you to somebody this month that knows something about that. That's Casey Devey. Hey, Casey.
Great to see you, Nick.
It's great to be out here with you. Let me tell you something. Casey is the grand poobah. He is the owner of Georgia Bushcraft, which is an outdoor education center right in Watkinsville, Georgia, not far from where I live, that teaches people how to survive outdoors. Casey, you and I are standing in front of a bag today that before we got on here, we talked about taking a bag like this, a kit with you outdoors every time you get in that tractor, every time you get in that truck, if something goes wrong. Can we talk about what's inside of this today? What should the folks at home know to put in this bag?
Absolutely, Nick. So it's really all about that kit mentality, but it's also what sort of multi-purpose items can you pack with you that, let's say your phone doesn't work, you don't have a lighter breaks, whatever. What sort of foundational items do you need to bring with you everywhere that you, one, know how to use, and two, always have them with you? So let's open up the bag here real quick, and I'll show you some of those items. Probably the most important items, starting from the top. Having some sort of knife or fire starting item, and we can get into that in a little bit. A shelter, all right? So if it's a really cold day and you need to get warm fast and you got to wait for somebody to come get you, having something that can reflect your heat back to your body so you're not dealing with exposure or hypothermia, something like that, it's really hard to recreate.
And that has that on the inside. Take a look at this, gang. That has that reflective coating, really important. Would never have thought that.
Yep. So, and they make all different sizes of them too. This one's a little bit larger one, but they make more packable size ones there. But something as simple as a trash bag. So you have a 55-gallon drum liner, all right? So you can use this for multiple different things. Insulation, carrying water, protect yourself from the elements, raining, all sorts of stuff like that. Cordage. So that's another really big thing. So having something that you can tie tarps to set up that shelter, it's really hard to recreate this in nature. And then back to the fire, really having different types of tinder sources. So you can use fat wood, which is a naturally occurring fire starting substance that comes right from a pine tree. So basically, once you harvest a piece of this fat wood from a pine tree stump, all you do is take the back of your knife or a sharp piece of metal maybe, take it, pile it up in a little bundle here.
Look at that. And the same with dryer lint we were talking about.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Something that's fluffy and that has a lot of surface area that can take heat quickly and basically make it into an actual flame. So basically you just scrape right onto it and there you go.
All right, so here's the scenario. You're on the back side of your property on that gator, you wreck the gator, your cell phone that was on the gator, you've broken that now, temperatures are cooling down, you're gonna have to stay out in the woods overnight. Thank goodness though, you watch this segment and learn from Casey about building yourself a survival bag. Of course, I built mine right here that was easy to find on that gator. And Casey, through the magic of television, we are going to use the supplies that we pulled out of our bag, which include what?
So basically your three items you're going to need: cordage, a 55-gallon drum liner, and emergency tarp.
Got mine right here. And now what we're going to do, Casey's going to set this up, and then we're going to kind of dissect and talk about what did you just build and what do we need to know to survive. Well, we built the shelter. Casey has constructed this thing with those three things that we talked about from our bag: the tarp, the string, and the lovely trash bag that's now got a bunch of leaves in it. It's made a mattress. Talk to us about where we're placing this under here, Casey.
So basically, we've got our filled up mattress of leaves. The most important part about this is you're insulating your torso. You're not as much worried about your legs. As long as you're keeping your vital organs more insulated from the cold earth, that's really what you're looking for with this. And to be a little bit more comfortable too.
And now we're ready to spend the night in the woods. Next morning, get that gator fixed, and we're ready to roll on to the last part of this, which is a little homework assignment for you at home. So let's go there next. Well, there's no doubt we've thrown a lot at you today in terms of making fire, building a shelter like this. If something happened to you on your farm or on your property in general, Casey, how can they learn more after watching this segment today?
Yeah, so you can find us at georgiabushcraft.com, or if you live in Georgia or the Southeast or even anywhere in the country, come out to one of our classes or events. We host them pretty much every other weekend. We have 2 main ones a year, but it's a lot of fun. So.
Gosh, and I had no idea about this. Had it not been for my wife, got to get a plug in there, introduced me to this idea and introduced me to Casey. So thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you, Nick.
I've learned an incredible amount. Thank you. And y'all know what to do while you're online on GeorgiaBushcraft.com, checking out some of that upcoming events and merchandise and things. Hop on over to the Ranger Nick Facebook page, check out what I've got going on. And until next time, for the Farm Monitor, as I always say, I'm Ranger Nick, reminding you that enthusiasm is contagious. So pass it on. Y'all, thanks so much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you right back here again, this time next month. See ya.